أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said to his Sahabah kiram in a holy hadith, O my companions, if you pass by the gardens of paradise, stop and spend some time there. Don't just pass by without stopping. And the companions ask, which ones are those, Ya Rasulullah? How do we know that we're passing through the gardens of paradise? And Prophet ﷺ is saying, those are the associations where they remember Allah, where they make the zikr of Allah. And if you say that you have passed by, and you have stopped, and you've gone to paradise, and you told people that, he says, by Allah, you are not saying a lie, you are telling the truth. Once we've gotten rid of the veils that is covering our heart, we're going to see the reality of our faith. Because right now our faith is just taqlid. It is just imitation. It is following. In one way we're saying it is fake because it is not real. But in another way we're saying that we are following the true ones. So even in that imitation is truth. It is good and you should imitate the holy ones. Don't imitate the wrong ones. Don't imitate the shaitanic ones. And don't make your own road to go to Allah. That is the danger. Making your own road to go to Allah. Allah has roads, has direct communication to each and every one of us. Prophet has direct communication. But they say to come to me. Allah is saying to come to me. Go through that Prophet. If you come to me by yourself, it is not accepted because that is the divine protocol. That means you are jumping ahead of my Prophet. Who are you? Don't you know he is my most beloved one? You want to be beloved to me? Love him. Serve him. Serve those ones who love him. Serve those ones who are in his footsteps. Then I will love you. Everything we are speaking here, for the intelligent person will understand, we're speaking nothing that is not outside of Quran or Hadith. There is ayat for this too. This is not academic class, okay? This is tariqat. We're not here to say which surah, which ayat, which book, which verse, which... No. We're past that. We're here because we have faith. The faith is not according to what is written on the paper. That is not the faith. The faith is what is written in our hearts. Write that in our hearts. Write, engrave that in our hearts, the words of Allah. You're not going to do that until you meet a man of Allah. Don't think you can do that alone. Allah is saying, don't come to me alone. If Allah is saying, come to me alone, He will not send prophets. He said not one prophet, 124,000 prophets. He did not leave us alone after the Khatamul Anbiya passed. He sent 124,000 living saints. What are saints? Awliya Allah, what are those ones? Those ones that they are the lovers of the Prophet, that they have disappeared in the oceans of the Prophet, where they're saying, I don't exist, you do, Ya Rasulullah. And those highest level saints, they don't say, I want to disappear into the oceans of Allah too. No. They have manners. They say they understand how dangerous it is to come close to Allah. Don't you know? Hazrat Jibreel didn't even want to step 1 foot close. And the foolish man, the foolish Muslims who yesterday they don't know anything to say, why I can't go directly to Allah? If you want to go directly to Allah, why Allah sent prophets? Why Allah sent the awliya, His friends to us? Why Allah sent books? Why? Allah can just speak directly and we can just follow. That is not the way. That is Shaitan's way. Shaitan says, I only worship you. I only make sajda to you. I will not make sajda to Adam. Who is Adam alayhi salam? Our grandfather. Who is inside of him? You and me. Understand the angels are making sajda to you and to me. Why? Understand the reason of your creation. Our creation. The reason of our creation is to be Khalifatullah. To be the Khalifa of Allah. To represent Allah. But man is only going to represent himself. If he says, I will not follow anyone who represents Allah. Who is Prophet? Representing Allah, isn't it? Who are his companions? They're representing the Prophet who represents Allah. The Khalifas. Up till the 99th Khalifa, Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan, Jannat Mekan. May Allah increase his station higher and higher. Those are representing the Khalifa. Khalifa of who? Khalifa of Rasul, Khalifatullah. So this disease of Wahhabism, this disease of democracy, where say everyone is equal. Why I should have to follow someone who is above me? That someone who is above me, how do I know whether it's 100% correct? That means I have to follow everything that he says. That's exactly what they said to the Holy Prophet. You? They're saying, you are a prophet? You were a camel herder. You don't even know how to read and write. Isn't it? Who is speaking? Their ego. It is not the spirit that is speaking. Because the spirit understands. The spirit says what? When Allah says, come to me. The spirit says, you are you and I me. That is what everyone is saying. You are you and I me. Why I have to follow you? You are the same as me. How do I know I can follow you? How do I know I can trust you? Another sickness now. How do you know you can be trusted? Subhanallah, you're looking for a pure one. Are you pure? We can download those things too and tell you how pure you are. But the man who has manners, Islam is manners. Tariqat is teaching manners. He's going to pull back and he says, you know what? Better not I say anything. I should check myself. I should understand myself before I start judging others. That's what Islam is teaching. Judge yourself. Don't judge others. Once you start judging others, it will never finish. How do I know I can trust this one? How do I know I can believe in this hadith? Isn't it? Now so many Muslims, they're doubting hadith. How do I know whether it is sahih or it is gharib? I must use my intelligence. I cannot just turn it off. You know what? When you're down in that grave, you have no choice. Everything is off. Completely. So learn how to turn it off. Because there's nothing but the ego. Because if the intelligence is with the spirit, and the spirit is saying, I hear and I obey. Understanding will come with hearing and obeying. Understanding is not going to come with disobedience and challenging and being rebellious, no matter how you're going to put it, nicely or not. You have question, but we're seeing the questions, they change colors too. Because a sincere person, whatever that we're saying this, if he doesn't know anything, he says, this makes sense. Of course, this makes sense. Are we worshipping other than Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our Lord and our Creator. Then they're saying, Yeah, why are you asking help from everyone? Isn't it? Why asking help from everyone? If we worship only to Allah, that means you're not understanding. We've been speaking for months and you're not understanding. We've been speaking for years. Allah is saying, seek means to come close to me. It is an order. It is another order. Follow those who ask you no fee and who themselves are rightly guided. It is an order. It's not a choice. Why I have to go through Prophet? Allah is there. Aren't we worshipping Allah? You saying we must worship Prophet? Yes, squarehead, especially this squarehead Wahhabi. And now squarehead Wahhabi poison is poisoning everyone. Ahl Sunnah, they have Wahhabi ideas in their heads. Mawlid, celebrating. But they have Wahhabi ideas in their heads. Why I have to follow a guide? Why I have to follow a teacher? Which Sahabi said this in front of the Prophet? Which Sahabi said, okay, enough with you already. Let's study the Quran. Which Sahabi? Why we have to follow you? Any Sahabi said that? Why we have to listen to you? You bring the Quran. Okay, so now we concentrate on the Quran. So the poison is entering and is clouding the mind. Because the ego never likes to say, Samina wa ata'na. The ego never likes to say, we hear and we obey. The ego is always saying, why? Why? Prove to me. Then I will believe you. If you don't prove to me, I'm not going to believe you. Who are you to tell me what to do? Ego is that. This is not academic class. This is tariqat. We're learning first manners. If the man who knows manners, then understanding will come. If you hear and you obey, the understanding will come. If you want to try to understand, then you're going to do good luck to you. Yahudis have been trying to do that for 4,000 years. Never they're going to come close. Why? Because they reject the Prophet. They reject their prophets. They kill their prophets. They say we believe only in Allah. Isn't it? You think you can understand the Quran? You think we can understand Hadith? These are the words of Allah. Who are you to understand? If you have manners, you say, you know what? If I open the US Constitution, I will not be able to understand. If I open the law book, I will not understand. If I open the physics, I will not understand. But they say the Quran, the word of Allah, they say I can just open, understand, interpret, argue to try to understand. You know what? If Allah had wanted, He would have sent down Quran to each and every one of us. But He did not. He sent Prophet and He sent Quran to that Prophet. Meaning, we have to understand the Quran according to that Prophet. Otherwise, we're going to understand Quran according to our ego. That is what is happening in this world right now. Everyone understanding Quran and Hadith according to their ego. I like this part, I don't like this part. I believe in this part, I don't believe in this part. Now we have so many different kinds of Islams. And every Islam is going to say, because of this ayat, that's why we are believing like this. Because of this hadith, we're going to believe like this. Everyone is trying to find a way to justify themselves. But Allah sent that Quran not even to the Sahabi Kiram. He sent only to the Prophet. Prophet is speaking, and what he is living for 23 years, he is the walking Quran. He is teaching the Quran. He is teaching everything that the man needs. Sahabi Kiram is watching that. He is the living Quran. He is a walking Quran. You think there's only one walking Quran? You think those ones who have disappeared in the oceans of the Prophet, they are not walking Qurans too? That's why tariqat is smarter than academic people. We don't look at the pages, paper and the ink. We don't look at flesh and blood either. We look at the spirit of the walking Quran and we follow them, because those are the ones representing the Prophet. Alayhi salatu wasalam. Poison is entering everywhere. May Allah protect us from that poison. There is nothing I'm saying here that is against the Quran and Hadith. Inshallah Rahman. We are taking what our Shaykh has taught us, what his Shaykh has taught, what his Shaykh has taught, what his Shaykh has taught. 40 grand Sheikhs going up to Imam Rabbani, going up to Shahin Naqshband, going all the way to Jafar as-Siddiq, Salman al-Farsi, Hazrat Abu Bakr, and Prophet ﷺ. Where do you get your isnad from? Where you get your knowledge from? Prove to me one teacher who teach you nothing. I open the book and rely on myself. You think that with the 40 grand sheikhs, we are going to be in the wrong? And you by yourself, people just coming into Tariqat or Islam, using their own intelligence, you're going to figure something out? Please. Understanding? This is common sense. Yes, Islam, Quran and Hadith is also common sense. So, stop yourself from being poisoned. I'm saying and I'm saying. You wouldn't eat everything. If I say, there's all sorts of food out there, why you don't eat everything? You're going to say, no, I only eat halal. MashaAllah. Now today's Muslims also saying, I eat halal. But the halal butcher shop is worse. It's very dirty. Their knives is dull. They're smoking, especially these Arab butcher shops. They're smoking, not smoking and they're cutting. Huh? It's true. The other supermarket one is so clean. They're owned by Jews. It's okay. Some way, somehow, it's okay. We're not living under Sharia. We're not encouraging people, but we're saying now, use your intelligence. Or those organic, only eating organic things. They don't like to eat GM things. They don't like to eat Monsanto things. They like to eat only organic. Where is this grown? Is this organic? They only want clean things to enter into their bodies. Why? There's so much food out there. You should try everything. You should question. Isn't it? You should challenge. You should try. Then you're going to know. No. Person who says, I know what is good and what is bad. But when it comes to religion, when it comes to Islam, they're saying, you have to read everything. Don't just limit yourself to one or two clean people. How do you know it's right or it's wrong? You're watching what enters here, but you're never watching what enters here. Never mind what enters here. Is that intelligence? No, it doesn't fit to your intelligence. Wake up. Because what is standing up to say, no, it is nothing but the ego. There's nothing that we're saying here. No Christian and no Jew is going to say, no, this is against our principles. No Buddhist, no Hindu is going to say, no, this is against our teachings. They're going to say, it's making sense. This is Tariqat. That's why Tariqat Sufism, when the Shaykh, they speak, they're attracting everyone. Doesn't matter believer or non-believer. Christian or Jew. Doesn't matter, because what they're speaking, now this is the essence of Deen, of Islam. Islam that is carried by 124,000 prophets, that achieve its full blooming. It's like a rose, like this rose. It's small in the time of Hazrat Adam. It started to open during the time of Hazrat Nuh, continuing opening, until the time of the Prophet ﷺ, it opened fully. Then the bees come and they make honey. And that is the tariqah, the honey. The honey and the smell, the essence of the flower. And that is when you see so many other ones, they are attracted to it too. Who is not attracted to it? Those whose hearts are dead. They are stubborn. They are saying, insisting, why? Sit and think. The answer is right there. The answer is right there. It is in front of you. Inshallah Rahman. The purpose of this whole talk is to make us to understand that we are servants. Servants don't ask why too. You ever hear a servant saying to the master, why? What do servants do? They serve. We should serve. Don't serve the ego. Serve Allah. May Allah forgive me for the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, our grand Shaykh and our Shaykh, inshallah, and bless all of you. We are looking to anyone who is close to Allah to pray for us and to help us. Help ultimately comes from Allah, but Allah is saying, seek means to come close to me. We cannot come to Allah without the door of the Prophet ﷺ. Impossible. Not man, not any prophet, if they don't recognize Prophet ﷺ, if they're not giving shahadat, if they're not living the shahadat, if they're not walking in the footsteps of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, impossible for them to reach to La ilaha illallah. Because Islam, our kalima is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And yes, the salvation, the safety is coming from mercy. And Allah is saying, my mercy is with that Prophet. Hazrati Adam saw the name of Allah and the Prophet together when he woke up. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Allah Muhammad together under the throne. When he opened his eyes, and with that name he asked Allah to forgive him, and Allah forgave him because of that name. So those ones who are saying, why are we going to prophets and holy people and ask for their help? Aren't we supposed to go to Allah? Try it. You think you're better than Adam alayhi salam? Try it. You think you're better than Nuh alayhi salam? Try it. You think you're better than Musa alayhi salam? Try it. You think you're better than Isa alayhi salam? Try it. Because all these prophets on the day of judgment, they are running to ask the Prophet for intercession. They are ulul azam prophets. They can go directly to Allah, but they are not. They are asking Prophet, intercede for us, Ya Rasulullah. And foolish Muslims, squarehead, dead heart ones, they're saying, don't go to Prophet, go directly to Allah. Good luck to you. Wake up. And that Prophet is not dead. That Prophet is Hazir and Nazir. He is present and he is always giving us warning. He is always warning us and giving us the good news. And the ayat of Quran is saying, yes, He is amongst you. لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ. He is inside of you. He is Rauf and Rahim. Understanding, squareheads? Those ones who are listening and questioning. Allah is giving the attribute, the divine attribute of Rauf and Rahim to Him. Rauf and Rahim is the divine attributes, the dress. Allah can give it to whomever He wants. Allah is still Allah. That's why Shaitan is jealous. Shaitan is saying, what are you saying? You're asking me to make sajda to this one? Only to you. And in that ayat of Laqad Jaakum, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the Prophet is inside of you. That is a Prophet. Because we don't say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam if that Prophet is dead. We don't follow dead prophets. We follow living prophets. You're saying, how are you saying that? Prophet is past. Of course he's passed from this world. But isn't he a shaheed? Is a shaheed dead? You say. Who cares what you say anyway? It's what Allah is saying. Allah is saying, don't think that those who are slain in the way of Allah, that they are dead. They are fresh and alive in their grave. So you're saying that Prophet is dead? You Wahhabi shaitans. It's going to fall on top of your head, everything that you are building. You're building all that shaitanic symbols and everything around the Kaaba and Medina and around the Kaaba al-Sharif, huh? All those satanic symbols, all those ones, so that people, even in the bathrooms, they have a window to look to the Kaaba, huh? You're building the high hotels that even from the bed and you're lying down, you can look through the window, the Kaaba is there at your feet, huh? Okay. Wait. Wait for Sahibul Zaman to come. No mercy that time. You're not looking for Rahmatul Lil Alameen. So no Rahmat falling to you. You're going to Allah, go to Allah. Ya Adil. Yes. Even the prophets, they were shivering. They will be shivering on the day of judgment from the adalat of Allah, from the judgment of Allah. That is the day of judgment. And only the Prophet ﷺ is given that quality of intercession. For who? For himself, is for us. So, we should wake up. We should not be shaitanic. We should not be stubborn. Yes, if you're stubborn, you have shaitan's characteristic in you. You're angry, you have shaitan's characteristic in you. You're arrogant, you have shaitan's characteristic in you. You are stubborn, you have shaitan's characteristic in you. Yes, definitely. Tariqat is to make you to get rid of these characteristics so that you return, like the brother is saying, pure back to Allah in ahsani taqwim. You don't want to go back pure to Allah. You don't want to die before you die. Then the grave is going to grind you and finish you and clean you. We're going to cry a lot that time. If that is not enough, judgment day is going to happen. You're going to grind and clean you until you are ahsani taqwim to return back to Allah. That is not enough. Hellfire is waiting. That's it. May Allah not put us to the hellfire. We're asking Allah's mercy to reach to us. We're asking the Prophet ﷺ to intercede for us and our shaykhs, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, serve